Welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Talise. Today I have a very special guest with me. She is the owner of Einnim Candle Bar located in downtown Oak Park, Illinois. During the pandemic, she transitioned from working in the corporate world as director of operations in the automotive marketing industry to starting an e-commerce business in May of 2020. In July of 2021, she opened her first brick and mortar located in Oak Park, Illinois. Her business name, Einnim, is her grandmother's name, Minnie, spelled backward, and honors her strength and the commodity Lita finds in that as a woman and woman of color in business. I absolutely love that. I love the name of your business and how you came about with it. Welcome. Thank you,
Hello.
Lita.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell me a little bit about your background and your journey and how you came to be where you are today.
So my background, I don't think we have enough time for that, but but really, I came from, like I said, I came from the automotive industry and marketing world as well. And I think that when the pandemic hit, I realized that I just really wanted to find something that was going to give me solace, something that was going to give me some type of peace in my day to day because we were going through some crazy times back then. And,
Yes.
being in the corporate world, a lot of people who have come from corporate, they know it can be very stressful. Um, and I actually have a few autoimmune disorders. So I decided that going down the entrepreneurial route was a important route for me to go down, a road for me to go down, especially as I got older and especially as I started embarking on this new chapter of my life as well.
Amazing. And you mentioned solace. Okay. So, I've been in your store, and when you walk in the door, there's just like this calm and peace that comes
Yes.
over you. And it's like, I just want to stay here all day. It really does feel good. It makes you feel good when you walk in.
It was so important for me to make sure that that was the messaging that people got when they walked into the store. I wanted something that didn't feel like a normal retail store. I wanted something that wasn't a kind of like a revolving door of people. I wanted it to be more of an intimate setting where I could get to know my customers because when I started the business and I opened the store, I was really on the fence. I didn't know if I wanted to do a production space or if I wanted to do a storefront. And getting to know my customers and the amount of love that I received from them, when I first started the business, I knew I needed to have that in order to maintain that motivation to keep going. And when I came up with the candle bar concept, along with the apothecary, along with everything else that goes along with Einnim, it was that eureka moment when I decided I wanted to have a storefront that gives me the opportunity to hang out with my customers, be friends with my customers, and gives them a safe space to come as well so that they can just decompress after a long work day.
Wow, that's amazing. And you've done just that. It's awesome. I wish I could be there working all day. I would probably really enjoy that.
I gotta say,
Um,
it's a lot of fun.
yes. Yeah, I mean, that's like ideal. So before you had your store, you were in e-commerce. What were you doing prior to when you started your store?
So I started on Etsy in May of 2020. And I started it really because I was furloughed, and as many people during the pandemic. And I decided, once I saw the traction that I was getting from Etsy, and also with my background in digital marketing and web development, something came over me where I said, this is it. This is the time to make it happen. And I put all of my energy and all of my mental and physical capabilities into building my brand. And once I saw that people were receptive to how passionate I was about building the brand, it made me more confident in the decision to open the store. But when I first started, on Etsy, it was a small Etsy shop. It was, yes, the custom candle making experience, but it was me with, customers emailing and asking, so what does this smell like with this? And I, would give them with my, English major background, give them my grandiose description of what a lavender candle would smell like. And they would be just in awe because the words that were used really made them feel like they were in that space with that candle. So it had gotten to a point where I I was feeding off of the skills that I already had, but also I put the fun in it and the excitement in it and the love in it. And I do that every single day, no matter what, even when it's tough, even when I'm sitting here making 300 candles for an order. I
Wow.
continue to put the love in it and, always remember that I did this because it brings me so much joy to know that this is my baby. Yeah.
That I love that. And to to have something that you start and to be able to say it brings me so much joy is amazing. Because who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want that? Especially coming from corporate, because
You get it.
it can be
Yeah.
stressful.
Yeah.
It can be very stressful. And so going from corporate to having your own business, what were some of the obstacles and challenges that you faced along the way?
And that's a lot of the reason why I do these. And this is more of like a preface. I do these because I have found that embarking on year 4 of the business. Year 3, actually next week is my 3-year anniversary of the store opening.
Congratulations.
And I feel like it's so important for small business owners to rally behind each other and help each other realize and understand that this is not easy. It's not for the faint of heart, and you're going to always have obstacles. Like every day there's an obstacle.
Yes.
every few hours there's an obstacle, and there's that moment when you get so deep into the weeds of your business where you have to decide, is this really what I want to do? And when you finally make that decision that it is, there's no turning back. There's this like light that clicks, on in your head, and you almost regain that momentum that you had when you first started the business. So I wouldn't say that the obstacle stopped because there's always more work to do. I'm nowhere near where I want to be with the business. And I have still so many ideas for the business and we're in an economy where we have to be a little bit more reactionary. So there's so much that I'm still learning. And I don't see it as necessarily like a big obstacle, but more so as an opportunity to really make sure that this thing is something that my grandmother could be proud of, my mother could be proud of, my family can be proud of, and obviously I can be proud of.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Tell us with the name of your store and your grandmother, tell us how that came to be. That's so
So
special.
thank you. It's it as you know, in the store, she's everywhere. My grandfather's everywhere in the store, and it's a family establishment. My aunts are always in here, and my mother's always in here, definitely. And it's something that I hold close to my heart because that's my love language. My love language is being able to show the people that I love that I'm I want to I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. I just like I want to show them that I love them so much with all of the oh, my computer is over here doing some crazy things, but but
Technology, it never fails.
I know. But I want to show them I show love by working hard for you. Like that's just it's my love language. Might not be one of the five, but I guess acts of service or
Yes,
but
yes, for sure.
it's always been so important for me to show my family that we are a strong family of independent women who were raised by this insanely confident and brave woman, my grandmother. And I don't know, I something happened in 2020 for me where I really started to hone in on my culture, my background, and understanding where I came from. And naming the business after my grandmother was like a keeping a strong Black woman's name alive, keeping her going. And with that, what I get out of it is, I mean, I have her picture right next to me, all the time. And what that gives me is the ability to say, like, you can't sleep on this. Big Ma's watching you. And that continues to motivate me. That is what keeps me in line and shows me that I can continue doing what I'm doing, and it's gonna be tough, and that's life. But if I'm really willing to put in the work, then something really amazing is going to come out of it. So that's why I named it after my grandmother, because she even though she passed away in 2017, she still motivates me every day.
That's so amazing. And that is probably one of the best motivators that you can have. And having the store, having her picture there, having the store named after her, I'm sure it makes you feel even closer to her every day. Like she's right there with you.
Literally, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It I'm as I my birthday was last month, and
Related.
thank you. And as I get older and and start to navigate life, I am starting to really have these like light bulb moments where I'm seeing what is important to me, and I'm seeing how I cope with positive or negative things in life, and I'm learning about myself on this journey. And it's invaluable. It's while yes, owning a business, as you know, is not priceless, it is a priceless experience.
Yes,
If
that's for
that makes
sure.
sense. Yeah. Yeah.
That's for sure. So going from Etsy to having your own brick and mortar, what was that experience like? How was the process of going from like online to in person right here in your own location?
Ah. It was exhausting. It had its ups and downs. Um, but then, you know, I'll go on Google and just type in the name of my business and I see my business that's mine. So from making sure that I knew like the right documentation to get, and making sure that I was doing all the right things from a permitting standpoint, and making sure that the measurements were correct for my bar and for my candle bar sign. And it's just, you have to put on so many hats. And the one thing that I really, really um, leaned on was the support of my close people. And having that support and in that time was really what allowed me to keep going. And I find that having people in your corner when you start these journeys, having people in your corner that understand, who are kind of like in the same wheelhouse as you are, you thrive off of that. You it's such an electric energy that helps you to realize that you are doing something that a lot of people are afraid to do. And I have my days where I'm not doing as well as I'd like to do. Shoot, I have my months when I'm not doing as well
Yes.
as I'd like to do. But that's the nature of owning a business. It's not always going to be perfect. And my word, when it is the coolest feeling in the entire world. I actually had a customer on a Sunday evening, and she brought a friend in, her first time making candles. And I recognized the customer, and she had been coming to my candle bar since the day I opened. And she, expressed to me how proud she was to see that, like everything that I've gone through, and I'm still, maintaining this business and still going strong. And I told her, these also small business, little flies going around your store. So when I'm doing this, that's why. But it's such a beautiful thing to hear your customers also say to you, like you're killing it. And when I said to her, when customers say those things to a small business owner, they don't realize how much it means to us.
Yes.
Like, it's like, okay, I'm doing okay. I'm doing, like, people are,
Confirmation.
yes.
Yep.
So it's a little compliment goes a long way.
It really does. It really does. Yeah. So you make the candles in your you have the like candle making events, right? In your location. What else do you have going on at the candle bar?
Okay, so we have the candle bar where you can make your own custom candle during the week, on weekends. We do private parties. We do fun date nights where you can rent out the space, make it like very romantic. I have some date nights here where I'm just like, I want to go on a date like this. And
Right.
I've actually said that to them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to go on a date like this. But date nights, and then we have our product, which is sold in 18 locations in Chicago, and one location in Milwaukee, and then one location in Springfield. We
Okay.
have offsite events. So we can do up to 200 people for our offsite events, corporate, house calls, weddings. We have a residency with Time Out Market where we do once a month. We go to Time Out Market, we bring the candle making experience there. And then we also have X Market, which is this Thursday, or I'm sorry, no, which is this Sunday, candles and brunch, keeping it all in my head. But yeah, we've got a lot going on here that behind the scenes that like a lot of people don't tend to see as often.
That's Oh, cool. That's amazing. I love it. And you say your product is in 18 different locations?
Yes. So to name a few, we've got in Springfield, the Keep store. We have Sprout in Chicago. We have Sprout Home and their garden center. X Market in Uptown, which is a vegan friendly market. We have also Uprooted in Logan Square, Old Town Barbershop. We do a custom candle for them, and they carry that at all of their locations. So um, it's busy.
Yes, it is busy. That's amazing. So you are busy. Tell me, what do you do for yourself for self-care? How do you treat yourself?
This is another reason why I like to do these, because it allows me to take a step back and say, you can't, you need to practice what you preach. And one of the things that, you know, when it is that time when you have to put in more hustle, um, you kind of forget about self-care.
Mhm.
And using yesterday as an example, yesterday was one of my first days off in a while. And guess what I did?
What did you do? Did you make candles? Oh,
I think
how good did that feel?
the clarity,
Yes.
the clarity that I had, the amount of energy that I had. You know, I'm playing fetch with my dog in the backyard. I'm reading my book in my hammock in the backyard and cleaning the house, and I just had energy.
Yes.
And that is one thing that is so important when owning a small business. If you run yourself to the ground, the results are going to reflect how you're feeling. And that is an insider little secret. If I'm doing bad, it's because I'm feeling bad. So I need to focus on myself and figure out what it is that gives me that solace.
Yes.
You know, what I wanted when I started the business. And I've learned that my days off are sit in my backyard, listen to some music, drink my coffee, and just let the sun just, and I just feel so rejuvenated after that. So, to all of the small business owners out there who are just starting, who've been there for a while, take your day off. Take your days off. Remove yourself, because when you own a business, it becomes who you are. And you it's hard to separate the two sometimes. And if you don't, you will find yourself in a situation where you're like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And I'm not a quitter. So yesterday, that was necessary.
Yes. Wow. Amazing tips because it's so true. As small business owners, we tend to just go all in 150,000%, and we don't take that time. And you feel it.
Mhm.
You feel it in your body, your mind, and you see it, like you said, in your results.
Yes.
You see it in your results. So it's so important to take that time out. And like you said, it just refreshes you. You feel so good after, and you're ready to get back into it. Like,
Oh
let's
yeah. I mean,
go.
today I came into the store. I'm closed on Tuesdays, but I've got, orders to fulfill. So I came into the
Hmm.
store. I put on a mix called Your Time Capsule, and it's just playing all of like the oldies, and not oldies, but listening to In Sync and
Yes.
Aaliyah just bopping back and forth in here. But I'm energized. So, and I need that. I need that to feel excited about what I'm doing every day, and to remind myself like what you're doing is awesome. Like you've got this. keep going. Don't stop.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you. This has been such a wonderful conversation. You are such a wonderful person, and I am so proud of you, and I love what you're doing.
I
You're
appreciate
making me happy.
it. Good. That's all I
Yes.
care about in life,
Yes.
just making people happy.
So can you let people know where they can find you, how they can locate you and get your products?
Yes. So I make it very easy. You can find me at www.einnim.com. We ship to Canada as well. So all across the states, anywhere not Europe just yet, but all across, United States and in Canada, we've got you covered. You can also come into our location, our brick and mortar location, located in downtown Oak Park. Enjoy the custom candle making experience, as well as other apothecary products, reed diffusers, body mists, essential oil rollers, essential oil blends, um, incense rolling coming soon. Um, you can find our product in locations around the Midwest. We are working on the West Coast. So my West Coast boutiques, if you're looking for a custom candle for your store, I'm your gal. Um, and events around Chicago. If you can't make it to Oak Park, come to Time Out Market and enjoy some drinks and enjoy making candles. And on a Monday night, it's a fun, you know, after work happy hour experience. Um, I can bring it to your team building exercises and to your office parties and things along those lines, holiday office parties. So really give me a shout, hello@einnim.com, and I'll figure out how to make it work.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. This has been wonderful. Thank you.
And I wanted to really quickly thank you as well, as the person who supplies my business with the wax and the things that I need. And the fact that you guys, I continue to work with you because of the personal element. And the fact that, you guys come in and you at this point, you're like, we're to drop off the boxes and, we chat and it's so nice to know who's
Mhm.
the behind scenes of what we're doing. So we're all here kind of helping each other and I appreciate you. So thank you for
Thank
being so
you. Gosh, thank you so much.
yes.
I
If any
appreciate you.
candle makers in Chicago, Talise is your gal.
Thank you. You're the best.
I appreciate you.
Great. Thanks everyone for watching this episode, and we will see you next time. Thank you. Make it a great day.